because you can have diabetes and still live your normal life. You can have diabetes as long as you're managing it properly. You can live a normal life and it'll be just fine. Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Flora. In this video I'm going to be talking about something very important. I want to talk about diabetes, and the reason why I want to talk about it is because it is a very serious issue, it's a very serious condition, but not a lot of people have a good understanding of it. Sometimes when you're reading textbooks, you're not understanding what the textbook is saying because they're saying all this plenty big grammar. So your girl is here to break it down. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. This is diabetes for laymen. It's just a layman's understanding. It's my understanding of diabetes, and I'd like to pass the knowledge across to my fellow viewers. Thank you so much for watching, so just stay tuned and we can go straight into the video.
Oh my, some Smith on the beats.
Welcome back, guys. So let's start by explaining what diabetes is. So diabetes is basically when there's an excessive amount of sugar or glucose in the bloodstream. Glucose is also known as sugar, just in case somebody out there is wondering. When we eat food containing carbohydrate, this food breaks down and turns into a substance called glucose. And what do we need glucose for? We need glucose for energy. So basically, when we eat, the food goes down here over to your stomach's on the left hand side, and then obviously it turns into glucose and it goes into your bloodstream. And obviously your body detects that the glucose in your blood is rising, the glucose in your bloodstream is rising. So obviously the body informs the brain, and the brain tells the pancreas. The pancreas is just right underneath the stomach. And what does the pancreas do? The pancreas produces insulin. Actually, the main component in the pancreas that actually produces that insulin is beta cells. But just think about it as the pancreas produces insulin, just so that it's easy to remember. So the pancreas produces insulin, and the function of the insulin is to regulate the blood sugar in the body. So how does this work? So basically, the insulin serves as a key that unlocks the cells in the body that needs the glucose. So when the insulin opens the cells that needs the glucose goes into those cells, and then we have the energy that we need to walk up and down, come downstairs, go shopping and whatnot. So in diabetes, this is not always the case. In diabetes, either the pancreas is not able to produce insulin, or the insulin the pancreas is producing is not enough, or the pancreas is actually producing insulin, but then the body is not using the insulin effectively. So the body is not doing what it should be doing with the insulin. So these are the three instances that can happen in diabetes. So in a normal functioning body, we eat food. The food turns into glucose. Glucose, also known as sugar. And the sugar goes into our bloodstream, and obviously the sugar levels in our bloodstream is rising. So the body detects that pressure of sugar rising and tells the brain. The brain speaks to the pancreas produces insulin, and then insulin sort of opens the cells that need those glucose to go into them, and then we have the energy to move about. Whilst in diabetes, that is not the case. In diabetes, the insulin is not being produced. So basically in diabetes, the pancreas is not producing the insulin, or maybe the insulin that the pancreas is producing is not enough, or maybe it's actually producing the insulin, but then the body is not actually using it effectively. So when that happens, the blood sugar is still rising in the bloodstream, and that's why when you check your blood sugar levels, you just see that, oh my god, it's high. That's because the blood sugar levels is still high. It's not being used effectively. It's not going into all the cells that it needs to go into, so that you can be able to have that energy to do things. That's why people that have diabetes are very weak, and sometimes they urinate a lot. And then other symptoms. We're going to talk about symptoms of diabetes, in my future videos, if you guys are interested in things like this. But I just really wanted to explain what diabetes is. And sometimes we're reading textbooks and we're not understanding it, because the context of which the textbook puts in this topics is just not encouraging to read. So I just hope this video was useful to somebody. So that's basically what diabetes is. I have a statistics from the World Health Organization. I wrote that down, so let me just read it out to you guys. According to the World Health Organization, diabetes is the major cause of kidney malfunction, which is kidney failure, heart diseases, peripheral neuropathy, limb amputation, especially lower limb amputation, I should say, foot ulcers, and many more. So there's a lot of complications with diabetes, but I don't like to think of diabetes as an illness or as a disease, because I don't personally think it's a disease. I mean, that's my humble opinion. I don't think it's a disease, because you can have diabetes and still live your normal life. You can have diabetes, as long as you're managing it properly, you can live a normal life and it'll be just fine. But if you're not managing it properly, then it can cause other issues, like, you know, lower limb amputation from maybe having a really bad foot ulcer, and it's not healing, and it's affecting, and obviously it's not healing, the blood supply to that area is gone, and obviously it's affecting other areas, then that happens. I mean, or if you're not managing it properly, and then it causes like a loss of sight and all of these other issues. So it is actually a condition. I wouldn't think of it as a disease. I think that it becomes a disease when it causes other complications, but diabetes on its own is not necessarily a disease, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor, I'm just me, just doing my own thing, doing my reading and whatnot. So that's basically what diabetes is. If you guys like video like this, I'm going to obviously like make more videos like this. There are different types of diabetes. We can talk about that in my next video. If you guys are still interested, we can talk about symptoms of diabetes. We can talk about how to manage diabetes. We can talk about like basically things surrounding diabetes, if you guys are interested. And if this topic is really great, I can talk about more health issues, because your girl reads a lot, so she's been reading, so I can talk about more issues like this if you guys are interested. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was useful, and please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. But before then, don't forget to click that link up above to find out about more videos that I obviously like involved with, and more videos that I've done. Thank you, bye.